but let's get started here. The Super Bowl.
Yep.
Obviously, Patrick Mahomes going for his third straight.
Yep.
First in the Super Bowl era. People have already got him always going for Brady. He's going to be the GOAT. He's on track. Obviously, if he's able to win this, it would give him 4 Super Bowls, 3 in a row. It's unprecedented territory, especially in the Super Bowl era. But also, I think we for the Super Bowl, when it comes to performances in the Super Bowl, he really hasn't. Last year, Rob G, I think, was his best Super Bowl. Am I right?
No, it was. Yep.
That was by far his best Super Bowl. In his first 2 Super Bowls, 57% completion, 278 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 picks, and 65.2 passer rating. Like, really, really not good. His stats overall, career-wise, 7 touchdowns, 5 picks, and an 85.2 passer rating. Not impressive. And the reason I bring this up now is today is the anniversary of Eli Manning's second Super Bowl. Of course, he was the MVP. That what we always know the first one, right? That was
David Tyree.
David Tyree and the helmet and all that.
You talk about him. We didn't know him before that. We ain't seen him after. But dang it, he got that moment. You gotta capture that moment when you get opportunity.
No, that was one of the all-timers. And, we talk about all the time, Eli also had to get out of the way of pressure. I mean, it's a big time. And that didn't – people go, oh, he was lucky, threw it. That wasn't the end of the game. He still had to throw the touchdown to Plaxico Burress to beat the Patriots, who were 18-0. I mean, that was a big moment. And here's my real concern, my real thought here is when you talk about Super Bowls, and I just gave you the number, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and a passer rating of 85.2. Eli Manning in his 2 Super Bowls, in which he won the Super Bowl MVP twice, average of 275 passing yards, 66% completions, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and a passer rating of 96.2. 2 signature throws, one to Manningham up the sideline.
That was beautiful.
One to David Tyree, right? And 2 MVPs, as we talked about. Eli Manning in those situations has outperformed Patrick Mahomes. And, in fact, if I was looking for a quarterback to play big in a big moment, I would take Eli Manning 10 times out of 10 over Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. You done? Because
I'm done.
You know what's funny about what you just said right there? Eli Manning wouldn't pick Eli Manning.
Why not?
10 out of 10 times. Because listen, Eli Manning, to his credit, everything you said is factual. He absolutely had 2 great games. That's it. Nothing else about Eli has been special. Nothing about.
We're talking about the Super Bowl. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So what I'm saying is,
right,
if I'm making this selection, I have to go off the full body of the person, right? To say, all right.
No, I don't.
Yes,
no,
yes,
I
do.
No, I don't.
No, matter of fact, let me phrase. You don't. I do.
Okay.
I'm going to say who can I believe in, who can I trust in, because many different obstacles come in the Super Bowl. Sometimes we might not have the offensive weapons like we normally have. Sometimes our defense might not be great. And I want to go with a guy that I've seen win in multiple facets, whether it be shootouts, whether it be defensive, whether it be one-score games. And that's Patrick Mahomes throughout the duration of his career. And if you look at right now, the run they're on, they're 17-0 in one-score games right now. They won 17 straight one-score games. That is absolutely ridiculous. That means when the game is on the line, they are going to get it done. And oftentimes it's usually him making a play, whether it's with his legs.
Always?
Whether it's, I said oftentimes, with his legs or with his passing or some heady play. Shoot, we've been talking about all week, even drawing a penalty. I absolutely believe he's going to go down as the most clutch, the most winningest. When you need a play, that's the guy you want.
But somehow,
and to credit, again, Eli, for whatever it's worth, might even mess around and get in the Hall of Fame. We'll find out in 24 hours or so. Based off 2 games of his whole life.
It's not based off 2 games. He also
is
top 10 all-time in touchdowns and passing yards. Stop saying it's about 2 games.
Because it
He's
literally
top 10.
is.
He's top 10.
Okay, so then
He's top 10. Stop saying that.
He played
It's
20 years.
You're disrespecting the football writers who vote for the Hall of Fame. I'm
How am I
dead serious.
how am I
because you think they're idiots and they're looking at Eli Manning
they
for
are
two
looking,
games.
No.
They're not looking at
they're
him
not.
for two
It's
games.
four things.
Stop it.
It's two
Stop
games
it. Stop.
and it's two names.
No, it's not.
Manning
it ain't
and
got
Brady.
nothing to do with Manning.
Yes,
No, it doesn't.
Every time we had this conversation, Rob G, what does he like to bring up? He beat Manning. He beat the Eddie Manning.
No,
he beat Brady. He beat Brady. You bring up Brady because they're significant
it ain't about
to
Peyton
him.
Manning. It has nothing to do with Peyton Manning.
It is the fact that he beat Brady. His last name is Manning.
No,
that family owns the NFL. They literally have their own network to watch his games. They literally did the whole Pro Bowl. And they have nothing
to do with the football writers who vote.
They
have nothing. No, they don't.
What
else?
Don't. What else has he done that was significant?
You couldn't be more wrong.
He literally
You're disrespecting the football writers who cover the sport, who are at every game. Give them some credit.
First of all, you're assuming you've already placed him in. Absolutely has done nothing else that was that significant to be in a Hall of Fame.
Top 10
you can't be
touchdowns, top 10 in passing yards.
You don't even like nepotism.
Top 10.
So how does he get to skip everything else? He don't have to be an All-Pro. He can just go to Hall of Fame.
How many All-Pros does Tom Brady have?
A Hall of Famer.
How many All-Pros does Tom Brady have? Was Patrick Mahomes All-Pro this year?
No, he has been.
Okay.
He's been an MVP. Tom Brady's been an MVP.
I'm just asking.
Brett Favre has been an MVP. Aaron Rodgers has been an MVP. Joe Montana's been in. I'll go down the line of guys who've done this. Eli Manning never even been All-Pro, but he gets to just go to the Hall of Fame. Eli Manning only won 40-something games and lost 67 after the Super Bowl, meaning he ain't even doing nothing else. Played all those years, only went to the playoffs six times.
He tore down the 18-0
only went to the playoffs
Patriots.
6 seasons.
The 18-0 Patriots.
That's my point. You keep bringing up Brady. Exactly my point.
The 18-0 Patriots.
Exactly my point. Boy, if he would have beat anybody else, we wouldn't be talking about the Hall of Fame.
No,
because he played so long. Matthew Stafford's going to be like the top 5 quarterback in all these ratings, stats when it's done.
When he won the Super Bowl, he threw 2 picks, and he threw 2 picks in the Super Bowl.
There's not a
that's
person.
why he didn't get the MVP.
There's not a person alive who thinks that Eli Manning is more talented than Matthew Stafford.
I'd take
not
him any
a single
day.
person on earth.
Any day.
I
would take Eli any day in a big game over Matthew Stafford.
And you would be the
Go
only
look at the
one.
numbers.
And so
go look at the numbers.
If Matthew Stafford ain't getting in the Hall of Fame, you want to just go by the duration of his career.
No, I wouldn't take.
There's literally the definition of mid is Eli Manning. He has a 500 record. Literally, just 500. How you play all those years and you only go to the playoffs 6 times, you're that great? How you never All-Pro? How you don't have any other significant thing that you've done?
Top 10 in touchdowns, top 10 in passing.
And give every other quarterback we've been talking about.
And he was an Iron Man. He played every
game. Josh Allen's about to beat that. Lamar Jackson's about to beat that. Matthew Stafford's about to beat that.
But they didn't beat that.
Jaden Daniels is going to beat that. All these dudes are going to beat that. Because if they play 15, 20 years, they will too. You know good and well ain't nothing about Eli Manning. And I'm not saying he's a horrible quarterback. He had a nice career. Good quarterback. Hall of Fame? I think not. And better than Patrick. And the guy that I would take over Patrick Mahomes? Absolutely not.
If I had to pick between the football writers who cover the league or you, I'm taking the football writers every single time.
You already keep putting them in.
I'm going to put that out there.
You keep putting them in.
I'm going to put that out there.
You keep putting them in.
Because I think you're discounting the writers who cover this league. They know.
They know what?
They're not putting everybody in.
They know what?
They know who belongs in the Hall of Fame, and it is Eli Manning.
Because of 2 games. That's all I want. I want the asterisk to say, here lies Eli Manning, a Hall of Famer, because of 2 games. That's all I wanted to say.
877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369.
Hall of Famer.
Who would you rather have at
You've been covering this sports since 1987.
Patrick Mahomes or Eli Manning? I mean, this is like Patrick Mahomes has 7 touchdowns and 5 picks in the Super Bowl. That's your Messiah?
Absolutely.
Are you kidding?